sports fans, and we welcome you to another season of National Minor League Football here on DCTV, Dallas Community Television. We are at Standridge Stadium here on the city limits of Carrollton and Farmers Branch, whichever you prefer, and we are set for another season, ready to get underway here in 1997. Over the last couple of years, you've enjoyed our cable cast of the Texas Rampage. That team has a new name and a new look as the Dallas Diesel, ready to get set here in minor league play here in the summer of 1997. Robert Eicher along with you for a third season of minor league football here in North Dallas. Now I'm happy to be joined this year by Marcus Dixon, man who has worked very closely with the organization recently, and he is here to provide us on the ins and outs of minor league football, especially the Dallas Diesel. Marcus, great to have you along.
Thank you very much. How you doing, Dave?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
That's fantastic. Today, we're going to have a good game. I seem like the fellas come in from Oklahoma as the Bad Boys, and they're going to come in and try to upset our boys. We have a little history here on the team. The Dallas Diesel is a combination of two other different teams here in the city, but they've come to make a real strong statement. Looks like they're doing the kickoff right now. I'm not the kickoff, but the coin toss. So we'll be able to get something going here.
And the players meeting at midfield, as you said, Marcus, for the toss of the coin, representing the Texas Rampage as captains are a number of players. I'll try to get those set for you. Marcus Compton, a defensive back out of Northwestern Oklahoma State, is there wearing number 7. He is joined by number 10, David Granson, out of Prairie View. Also along in there, Andy Martinez wearing number 72, offensive lineman. And it appears the toss is down. Looks like the Dallas Diesel will receive here at the south end of the stadium to open up the 1997 season.
Who won the toss? I'm wondering here. I saw the officials make a signal, but they didn't indicate who won the toss.
Well, I think Oklahoma might have won it. And
oh, well, they're moving like they're pretty excited about it.
Whatever the case, Dallas will receive here.
You know, you also missed Mr. Roderick Chapman, number 94, who was out there as one of the captains of the team.
Yeah, he was that one player that I didn't get
yeah,
right there
before
they broke up.
I know he'll be telling me about it a little bit later on. How come you didn't mention me?
Yeah, we couldn't miss him.
Couldn't miss him. He's a big guy. It looks like they're ready to play too. Coaches have called them all to the side. I guess they're going to get the inspirational talk before they get ready to move out. Officials at the 50-yard line.
We mentioned the Dallas Diesel. That is their new name this year, and they do have somewhat of a new look. Red, white, and blue have been the traditional colors the last couple of years when they were the Texas Rampage. Looks like they're going to stay with the blue pants. White jerseys here with red numbers and letters and outlined in blue. Some nice shiny new silver helmets this year. What did most of the players think about that new look for the headgear?
Well, I'm going to tell you, they really feel good about it because they see that with the combination of the teams that they've had. See, this is a combination of two different teams. Last year, we all played each other. There was the Metro Magic, the Carrollton Jaguars, and the Dallas and the Texas Rampage. Well, with that, we've done a little merger to become a bigger corporation. So now, I guess we are receiving. We're going to receive. So now everyone's excited about it. We've got a lot more talent at the key positions. You'll see at the quarterback. You'll also see at the wide receivers, and also you'll see it with the key positions along with the linemen. You know, past few years we've had problems with keeping offensive and defensive linemen in shape. But it looks like the Oklahoma Bad Boys wearing purple and black with white letters and black helmets will be kicking off to us.
And back deep to receive for the Dallas Diesel will be number 3, LaRon Potts. He will be joined by number 2, Willie Feeney, and number 20, Jason Smith. We had a chance to see Smith play here for the Texas Rampage the last couple of years, and the ball about to be teed up now.
Who's kicking the ball here?
Well, as soon as he will turn sideways, just for a second we can get that number, and now it looks like it will be 45.
Number Mike Jones, linebacker, and kicker.
And many of the players here for the Oklahoma Bad Boys will have to wear a number of different hats tonight. They are not with a full squad as they travel here across the Red River. And the kick is very short, bounces at the 25, taken by one of the up men. That is Freeney. Freeney moving with the ball now, brought down just across the 30-yard line, it looks like, as he comes to the near side.
On the initial kickoff, on the initial kickoff, it looked like Freeney jumbled the ball a little bit. He getting them first game jitters out, get the ball in his hand and go for it.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dallas Diesel. They will set up now with the ball spotted at their own 29-yard line.
Starting at quarterback will be Terrence Randolph.
Yes. And he is starting tonight out of Navarro Junior College because Mike McDade, the man who has started for the last couple years, is on injured reserve right now. McDade out of Tennessee, big, 6'5", 230, very mobile, and we'll see if they miss his talents tonight. And so on 1st and 10, handoff going to the far side of the line.
Good block.
Excellent block. And it looks like we could have a touchdown here on the opening play of the game. Only one man to beat, and that man
is number 2.
That man was number 2, and he was able to cut the knees out
Mr. Thomas.
from underneath.
Bo Thomas stopped him on that play. The cornerback.
Jarvis Harden with the carry.
That was a pickup.
About 36 yards on the play, more or less. It depends on where they spot it. Now, check that. That would be from the 29-yard line.
That was a big game, wasn't it? About
more like 46
yards. And we're at the Oklahoma Bad Boys 26-yard line with the Rampage going in.
So once again, it'll be 1st and 10 for Terrence Randolph, as he is under center now. 2 wide receivers split to either side, lone setback in the backfield. Randolph takes the snap, gives this time coming to the near side. Harden once again, brought down after a short gain this time and back up quickly.
About 2 yards, wasn't it?
Yes.
Matter of fact, it was 2-yard gain.
And it looks like that time it might have been 34 Charles Jenkins instead of 44 Harden. And Harden, a bit of a rest there, probably after that big gain. 46 yards on the very first play from scrimmage. This time a gain of a yard, maybe 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Dallas Diesel. Again, they go with the 4 wide receiver package. The lone setback behind Randolph is Jenkins.
Look like Randolph's going back for a pass. He finds the man open. He drops the ball. Number 5 is...
Looks like it might have been Carl Davis over on the near side. I'm kind of hard to tell from this angle. And note, you were right. It was number 5.
That's Mr. Wallace Ryan. Had his hands on it. He was wide open for the pass, but couldn't handle it. Now we're going 3rd and long. This is a perfect opportunity for them to go into a pass pattern with the 4 wide receivers that they've been using.
12 minutes, 36 seconds to go. Clock is stopped here in the first quarter of play. And now Randolph looks behind him, wants to get things set. 2 wide receivers, a wing to the near side in the slot, eye backfield. Handoff goes straight ahead, and now moving to the far side was Ricky Jones.
And Ricky Jones picks up a 1st down. He picks up 13 yards on that one, on that carry.
And it looks like we're going to spot the ball at the 11-yard line, which means the Dallas Diesel could get a 1st down again at the 1-yard line without having to get a touchdown. So 10 yards here, and they could have 4 tries to gain 1 yard for the touchdown. Coming out this time with 4 wide receivers once again.
If the Diesel score, this will be a perfect start for their season. They're already pretty enthusiastic about the beginning of the season. They see the new change, see the new players. Number 10's running with the ball. He picks up 4 yards.
And David Granson takes the handoff straight ahead from Randolph. He does power ahead for a couple of yards off the near side of the line. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looks like 6. Ball spotted just across the 10-yard line to about the 7.5.
Now they can pick up a 1st down within the 1-yard line here. So they started at the 11. They got a 2nd down here.
4 wide receivers again. Jenkins the lone setback behind Randolph. quick inside handoff this time to Jenkins off the right side. It's gang tackled there by a number of purple jerseys. Able to pick up a couple of yards, though. It's going to be spotted near the 5-yard line.
Jenkins is a workhorse. Jenkins like her carrying that ball, so if you give him the ball, he'll run it.
LaRon Potts checks out for the Dallas Diesel. I just saw the speedster. Bernard Stiggers check in. He's wearing number 1, and he will be split to the top of your picture. And again, they run 4 wide receivers. Jenkins alone set back behind Randolph in the backfield. On 3rd down and about 4. Penalty markers are down there. It's a bit of a false start, and it looks like Randolph might have tried to take the snap a little too quickly there.
Yeah, well, he took the snap, but it seemed like there was a mistake on the official's part there because on a defensive encroachment, you know, you allow the offense to carry on with the play, and then in result making a decision after the end of the penalty. So they threw a premature flag there. The ball was shifted. They should have played, but that's okay.
So that actually turns out to be a bit of a break for the Dallas Diesel. An encroachment penalty on the defense, half the distance to the goal, and now 1st and goal. Well, now
It'll be 3rd.
yes, checking the marker across the field, it remains 3rd down and goal, and it's going to be at about the 2.5-yard line this time. Actually, not 3rd and goal, but 3rd down. They can still pick up a 1st inside the 1, but they will do.
They were sacked. That was picked up.
Yeah, nothing of the kind.
Oh,
Excellent
no.
rush that time.
As a matter of fact, they lost 3 yards on that play. It was a tackle by number 45, which is Mike Jones, the middle linebacker for the Oklahoma Bad Boys, and with a combination with an assist from number 66, which is the defensive end, Mr. John Evans, Oklahoma Bad Boys. They got in on that one. I think it was a little confusion on the play there. The offensive lineman for the Diesel stood up and let them get by, but that's okay because they're going for it on the 4th down. They're not punting. Okay. It looks like the Diesel is called timeout. Number 9, the quarterback, Mr. Terrence Randolph, has called timeout for the Diesel.
Okay, and so the ball spotted, beg your pardon, at the 6-yard line. It will be 4th down and 5 needed, and no fear shown so far by the Dallas Diesel. 4th and 6 inside your opponent's 10. They're going to go for it. At least that was the initial indication they gave us. Now timeout taken down on the field, and let's see what they decide to do.
You know, that was a key play that 3rd down and encroachment of the defense. Had the officials not thrown the flag, they might have scored on that play. It looked like that whole right side was open. It was key blocking. They had blown the whistle a little premature. But now we've lost 2 yards on that, and lost it down. Now we got 4th and goal to go. No, we don't. Not 4th and goal. 4th and 4, 4th and 5. We can pick up a 1st down within the 1-yard line. So all they have to do is just give it to the workhorse, and we can go for it.
And that inadvertent flag may have come out to be really big because on the very next play, the Oklahoma Bad Boys able to break through the line and stop Jenkins well in the backfield, or actually at the time it was Ricky Jones trying to run with the ball.
Well, let's see what the coach sends out here now. Now the coach, Jewell, is a pretty good coach. As a matter of fact, he's been coaching for about 6 years. We have a biography around him here somewhere, but I know him personally, so I'll just talk about him because I like him. Great guy.
Okay, and with 9:26 to go here in the 1st quarter of play, back to 4th and 5 from the 6-yard line. Randolph under center. He has 4 wide receivers again, but this time they elect to give it straight ahead. The ball carrier on the play, David Granson. He will get nowhere near the 1st down, and so the Oklahoma Bad Boys have risen to the occasion here. They were able to meet the challenge and stop the Dallas Diesel deep in their own territory, and they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
You know, at this level of football, it seems that the offense is, if you can get your offense rolling, then you got your offense going, you can score. But the defense is the keys to the majority of the teams at this level of football. You'll find that now the defense is going to rise to the occasion, hopefully or probably, and pick up the ball and pick up where the offense let off. They drove the ball a good 50 yards or 40 yards, 45 yards only to get it to this point.
And so Rusty Stone, number 5, team co-captain, under center, gives the ball, quick handoff this side to B.J. Thomas, number 2. He showed a burst of quickness there as he comes to the near side. Brought down at the 9-yard line, gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Brad McMullen is the head coach of this Oklahoma team, and he is in somewhat of a tight spot tonight. 16 different players are making their first start tonight, and I have the feeling that many of them would not be starting at all, except for the fact that Coach McMullen in Oklahoma is without something like 20 different players. As the handoff this time going to Craig Johnson, going to the far side. He picks up a couple more.
It was a 3-yard gain, so he's at the 13-yard line.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 3 here. 8 minutes, 24 seconds to go. So far, a sustained ground attack by Brad McMullen and the Oklahoma Bad Boys. And Coach Brad McMullen is something of a story in himself, and we will get to that a little bit later. Right now, the clock is running here in the first quarter of play. As Stone, under center again, pro set. This time he turns, maybe a little bit of a busted play, as he was swarmed from behind by the Dallas Diesel. Officials now trying to separate everybody as busting through the line quickly.
Was number 54.
'99 Tiger Towns was in there also, it looks like, for the Dallas Diesel very quickly. And so after 2 pretty good short running plays there, it looked like they might have been close to getting a first down, in pretty good shape for it, but a big 3rd down play on the part of the Dallas Diesel thwarted that effort.
Which was excellent for the team. I tell you, the defenses stand a challenge, and they come along and play the game.
So
Back to punt.
Stacy Black is the man in punt formation for Oklahoma.
And the punt is off. It almost was blocked by number 54, Donna E. McDonald.
Bounces at the 35-yard line, a short kick, but it takes an Oklahoma bounce. It will be down at Oklahoma's 44, 43-yard line, somewhere in there. And so the Dallas Diesel now, with 7:03 to go here in the first quarter, should be in pretty good shape.
They have great field position here, starting up the second possession that they have. Now, if they decide to work the ball or work the ball the same way that they did the first possession, they should be able to score this time. It looks like Terrence Randolph is still back in at quarterback. He has his offensive lineman, number 77, Tim Vitito. Also, they're breaking into a double split offense with 2 wide receivers and 2 wings in the slots, or 2 slots. And in the backfield, what's that, number 34?
Yeah, that would be Jenkins, and Bernard Stiggers, number 1, and Ryan Wallace, number 5, are split to the near side.
That's number 44. And he's back to pass, and he throws the ball up, and the man is wide open, and he goes in for a touchdown. That's first play from scrimmage, number 88, Mr.
Ricky Jones.
Ricky Jones catches the ball. Oh, that's a tight end from Carter High School.
And the Dallas Carter grad,
6'4", 200 pounds.
big man, and he was able to haul that one in. Nice pass there by Randolph.
He stayed in the pocket and did a good pass. Got wide open. It looked like he did an out pattern. Down, out, and up.
So on now for the kick.
It didn't take him no time. Now this number 11, the kicker, Mr. Neil Blanchard. He and number 12 are some excellent kickers. This guy, he splits the uprights by 40. I've seen him kick about 60 yards one time in practice on a consistent basis. Now,
kick is up, and he did split the uprights, as you said, Marcus.
Yeah, a good point. Good 30 yards, wasn't it? It looked like he might have did all right there if he'd have been 30 yards away.
And so 6:48 to go here in the first quarter of play. Dallas Diesel striking quickly here on their first play of their second possession. A touchdown from Randolph to Jones, and that has them up 7-0. We'll be back with more minor league football action right after this.
Most of us feel pretty safe when we're at work. But every year, highway and utility workers are injured or killed on the job. That's because drivers aren't careful and don't slow down when they approach work zones. Think about it. How would you like it if someone drove through your workplace at 65 miles an hour? Work zone crews are just doing their job. Give us a break. Our lives depend on it.
Doers. People who do something with their lives. They're hidden in small towns, thriving in big cities. Some have the most stuff, some have the least. They're born into sturdy houses and single-parent homes. Doers know no gender, and the only race that counts is the one that's being run. Doing something with your life, it's not about where you come from. It's about where you're headed.
The Navy encourages you to rise to the challenge.
Just a little piece of paper. But this card from the Boys and Girls Clubs has kept millions of young people off drugs, out of gangs, and in school. It's only a little piece of paper. It tells every kid who carries it that someone cares about what they do with their lives. You know, every day another 300 kids join the club, but there are thousands more who need help. Find out how you can put this card in the hands of a child and change that child's life. It's up to us. Support the Boys and Girls Clubs.
So back at Standridge Stadium here in Carrollton Farmers Branch, the Dallas Diesel have gotten the 1997 season off to a great start as they lead 7-0 here in the early going. Touchdown pass covered 44 yards from quarterback Terrence Randolph to Ricky Jones. It was a nice play, and so far here, Marcus, we've seen that the Dallas Diesel have been able to put together a couple of 44, 45-yard plays here. First one was a running play on the very first play from scrimmage of the game. And then on the very first play, in fact, it turned out to be the only play of their second drive, another 44-yard play, and they were able to score that time.
Well, you know, they practice on making sure that they can run the ball and pass the ball. You know, the key to the game is making sure that you be able to run the ball because that opens up your passing game.
So Blanchard's kick taken by B.J. Thomas, and he returns it out to the 25-yard line. Not bad shape for the Oklahoma Bad Boys, and they're going to have a little bit better field position. After a big defensive stand on the Diesel's first offensive series, Oklahoma showed they like to move the ball with a ground attack, and however they were stopped on third down by the Dallas Diesel in a big defensive effort. We'll have to see what head coach Brad McMullen wants to come out with this series.
It seems that they've come out with their regular offense, double wide, and you have a split, a T formation in the backfield with the quarterback.
So Rusty Stone again under center. Long carry, drops straight back, almost has the ball knocked out of his hands, and now firing on the far side, it's intercepted.
Now these are the NFL rules at this part of the game.
Yeah, so he could have gotten up and advanced a little bit more. It was Anthony Hayes, number 4. Was able to bring down the ball that time, and he threw into double coverage, and I kind of wonder if maybe that was the best place to go when you had 2 white shirts sitting right there waiting for the football.
He looked a little nervous in the backfield there. I noticed him. When he got back, one of the defensive linemen had slapped the ball in his hand, so he figured that he was under pressure, so he had to get the ball off. And he threw it into double coverage.
So 6.5 minutes still remaining here in the first quarter of play, and the Dallas Diesel will have a chance to set up on offense for a third time.
That's touchdown right there, baby.
Terrence Randolph stays in at quarterback. He's wearing number 9.
Come on, Steve. That's
And
touchdown right
formation.
there. That's so.
Granson set in a slot to the near side along with Stiggers. Randolph wants to run this time, an option to the far side. He pitches. Driven hard out of bounds was the setback. Looks like Jones got the carry that time. He gains a yard, maybe 2. It'll bring up second down and long, it looks like, for the Dallas Diesel.
Andre Reyes or Eries, Andre Eries, number 1, he plays that linebacker position, I guess, wide receiver and cornerback. Stopped the play there. He read the pitch pretty well and stepped right up and got in there. I think that if the quarterback had kept the ball a little bit longer, he might have been able to get to fool him and pick up a few extra yards instead of the loss that he just sustained.
And it looks like officially they're going to list it as no gain, so most of the running going east and west that time. I formation slot to the far side again. Fumble on the snap, and Randolph just has to get right back on top of it.
That looked like a mishandle between the quarterback and the center. The nose guard, number 79, for the Carlo Keeney, that's his name, the defensive tackle, had gone into a front 5 defense, a 5-3 defense, and was in front of the center, and I guess he hit the center on the hand or on the head or something. It shocked him a little bit, caused him to fumble the ball a little bit.
For the Diesel on the offensive line now, Andre Whitby, 67, checks in on that offensive line. Edmund Henry will come out as they're faced now with a 3rd down and 11. Still in pretty good field position, though, at the 44-yard line, and as we said, Diesel already have run up a couple of 44 to 46-yard plays in this game. Looked like Randolph wanted to drop straight back to pass, and this time the officials whistle it again. And he took too long.
Delay the game call.
So that'll move them back 5 more. Clock stopped with 4 minutes, 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play. Dallas Diesel moving backwards here on this drive, something they haven't done so far tonight. 4 wide receiver set once again. Jenkins the lone setback, but Randolph wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket to the near side, fires downfield, almost intercepted. Is there with the coverage, Mark Marshall, the linebacker on the near side, right through his hands.
It looks like the Dallas Diesel is starting to show their rust from the very first of the game. I mean, scrambling in the pocket and not picking up the onslaught of the defense.
And after 2 offensive series, which looked very good for the Dallas Diesel here to start things off, it'll now go to Benny Hudson, wearing number 12, 5'10", 180 pounds. He now will try to punt it down the field. Takes the snap. Nice kick. Thomas has to get away from it, and this one bounces out of bounds. So the Oklahoma Bad Boys will bring it back out to the 20, and that is where they will set up shop.
That's some good receiving there for a punter. Punt return man to fake like he was going to do a fair catch and then let the ball go into the end zone, which is pretty good.
And that is what they teach you. Stand on the 10-yard line, anything over your head, just
wave it off.
let it go.
Let it go and see like you can do something. Seems like they're going to line up at the 20-yard line.
Well, I mentioned before, for the Oklahoma Bad Boys, 16 different players tonight. Looks like they barely have more than 16 tonight. But we know that 16 of the guys who are out there are starting for the first time tonight. And Marcus, I would have to think that might be a little bit unsettling for a coach to know that a lot of his guys are hurt, a lot of them aren't here tonight. And to have that many guys making their first start, especially in the first game of the season, they could be a little bit rusty.
But they're doing pretty well for first time starting, you know, and first opportunity and playing probably in positions that they're not playing. They're playing a very well game.
Thomas takes the pitch this time to the near side, slips up and goes down. He'll lose a couple of yards there, bring up 2nd down and 12.
Tackle was by number 30.
They're making sure he was down, Joe Davis, for the Dallas Diesel. University of Hawaii, and I must think that it was a lot of fun to be able to go to school out there in Honolulu.
Well, I know I had a nice time just going down there visiting, going to watch a couple of Pro Bowls and watching some of the pro ball players, and it was nice enough to just visit, so I know going to school must have been exciting.
3:46 to go. Stone pitches this time going to the far side. Johnson. And it looks like he was running the wrong way also. Number of Dallas Diesel in on the stop, including number 99. He is Tiger Towns. Looked like 94, Roderick Chapman among those in there as well.
And Marcus Compton, number 7, is the one that penetrated the defense and made him slip up and fall. He got his hand on him at first. Everyone else covered. Now, he's from Northwest Oklahoma, so he's probably used to looking at the same boys, probably have friends on that team. Know how they run.
A lot of these players have played around